hungry stay here to talk Busby double barrels. Well, not really. That's more to talk about the shells that you need to use this, and a nice little secondary source that I have found through buying my own with my own money and trying it out. Now, we have already, of course, the tried and true old Busby shell. They send them with your double shots, and other blasters in the past that have used these shells. Everything from the very venerable double shot to things like as rare as the Mustang 6. They use these shells, the Gunsmoke line, so on and so forth. Lots of them. But they use these shells, and the worst part about it, which the shells are not the worst part about it. They're awesome. It's once you get past the whole performance is the only thing that matters. If you're thinking about more about fun, shells are fun. Tedious, and you lose them, and there's the worst part. You lose them sometimes, or you just quite frankly want more of them because hey, they give you 4 or 6 or maybe 8 depending on the blaster that you got, and Busby does sell small packs of these if you do the whole process of contacting their customer service, getting the order form, and old-fashioned way of mailing it in with a check or money order. And you can order a number of parts, including up until, I know at least I ordered some last year or the year before, the way time goes, and you can get the shells. Kind of nice that they do that. And I hope they do that with other things, like say the spin shot ammo. I'll get to that when I review that blaster. But finding these shells can be one of the worst things of owning something like the double shot, which is still on the shelves. This is actually a model from a couple years ago. Just happened to be one that was near my workbench. But one of the worst things can be that you want more shells. Whether you lost them or just want more, you got to get them. Now, one thing I checked out was a place called DanBeaverCraft on Etsy. I ordered up about it's 8. I ordered up 8 of them. And I've been just plinking around with them and trying a number of things. And one of the advantages, of course, of a 3D printed shell, which is what this is, actually very nice, high quality 3D printed shell. These things are impeccable. I don't throw that word around too much, but it even has DanBeaverCraft imprinted right on the shell very neatly. One of the things that is a benefit of these is, well, you actually can see straight through those. Because for those who are unaware, the Busby shell blasters, any of them that use the shells, the air restrictors are not in the blaster. The air restrictors are in the bottom portion of this shell. So when you go to try to modify these blasters, you don't really necessarily have to go crazy with the blaster itself. What you do is, my tried and true method is, take a drill press or hand drill and you drill out each one, cut a length of 17/32 brass, you flare the tip with a trumpet style, horn style flare, and then you do that with each and every single shell. To where now, yes, shiny, nice, pretty, and you can see through it. So therefore you get much more efficient airflow. Well, you can go through all the work by hand and do this to have a whole bucket of them, or you can order up a bunch. These are $1 a piece. So that's give and take. Now, here's the thing. I've tried them. They don't get quite the performance of my brass shells. These are worth the effort if you're really willing to do it. However, these do bring a nice little bonus. Everybody's favorite size of dart, it seems like anymore, is the half length, or what we used to call Steffens. Well, guess what? DanBeaverCraft shells, or any other 3D printed shells, can fire half length darts. So you can load up your old double shot, or any other thing, including like an old Mustang 6. Yeah, I'm looking at my Mustang 6 over there, that's why I keep saying it. You have other things like the Torrent. Looking at mine up there. For those of you who don't know the layout of my workshop, because I've never really shared it, the Busby history wall is over this way, so if I keep glancing that way, that's what I'm looking at. But you can actually do kind of a neat thing. Top shell, loaded with a half length. Bottom shell, also a DanBeaverCraft, loaded with a Precise Pro. Throw it in, and this vintage 2020 year model double shot can indeed fire both. And at $1 a piece, and so far in my testing, they get, respectable performance. It's by far better than the Busby shell. Not exactly up to par with my brass shell, because depending on the dart, it's anywhere from, the brass shell gives you like 10 to 15 feet per second more out of a completely bone stock blaster when you're firing, depends on if you're firing half length or full length darts, but you immediately gain like 15 feet per second just because you swapped the shells to a brass shell. Can be as much as 20 FPS depending on a good quality half length dart. The DanBeaverCraft doesn't quite get that much. It falls somewhere in the middle between stock performance and the brass performance. And that may be quite good enough for most people out there, because having something like this, nice fun Busby double shot, and you can go order up like 20 shells. He sells them in packs of 4 for $4, so just order five sets, and I would hope that he sells out completely after the video. But if you do that, you're going to bump the performance of any of your Busby shell using blasters just by not using the traditional old Busby shell with dart posts and the air restrictor in it, and instead throwing in DanBeaverCraft shell. No, this is not an endorsed video. I just went and bought 2 sets of them, and I've tried them out, and I found I really like them. So, if this is a product that you like the idea of, instant upgrade for any Busby double shot or other shell using blaster, instant upgrade. Made by somebody in the community, and dirt cheap. I mean, it's $1 a shell. Really can't beat that. So this is a very quick video, but something I wanted to highlight that I personally tried out and found I liked. So, DanBeaverCraft Busby shells on Etsy. Check them out. Link in the description below. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Share it around. Let other people know that, hey, this is a worthwhile product. DanBeaverCraft could use the business probably, and something I can wholeheartedly endorse. I bought it with my own money. I loved it. I'll buy some more and keep adding them to my own collection. So, hope he's got good enough printers to keep up. But it's Marcus Jake saying thanks for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed this, and have a good one.